התחלנו.
Okay, so start.
Sorry, guys, if people saw my message and we start off a bit late. We're a bit technical issues, but I hope people see and hear us fine. I hope I see comments in the chat. Do you see, or are I supposed to see it?
I don't know yet. We've never done this shared live stream before.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
something that we do first time. But let's start. I hope it's fine.
Yeah,
Tamar can give us.
Yes, it looks good
Yeah.
on Tamar's phone. It looks good.
Okay. So we just start rolling and we see what's going on.
Yes, present the subject and we'll start.
So I see. Good to see you guys. Hi, Thomas. Do you wanna tell us if you hear and see us well, just so we know if we can start talking? Because I don't see myself very well, but I guess it's not. Yes. Okay. Hi, guys. Okay, cool. Nice, good to hear. So it's good to see to be here again. It's good to be here with you alone. We haven't did something for a while because I was a bit passive and I felt like I don't know, maybe a bit depressed, burnout. And I want to activate myself again. I did do some, I can tell you about some shows that I did, and but we're doing this live today because of a feeling of urgency and frustration. And like I did a fundraiser concert in Haifa for like a friend, and we did something around like 3,000 shekel in this concert, and I transferred the money, and I felt like good. And day after or 2 days, he wrote to me that all the money was gone already because things are so expensive, and this, like day or two after, it was crazy, and like there's a feeling that we have that things are just getting worse, and we are trying to do stuff. We're talking and we're doing these lives, and I do my activism um, through music, but it feels like kind of nothing works. And I received a message yesterday from dear friend Palestinian from who live in Washington, and she was really crying, and she was like, "Can't you get some food in? Because recently we're getting more and more and more, like there's an escalation in the starvation. Like more and more people are dying, and we don't know what to do. And I wanted to make this life that maybe by the end of it, we come up with some sort of a plan for an action. And our main idea was to try to go with food to the border. And it's not that we think that we will succeed to smuggle something in, but maybe I just this feel of need to do some action. And I talked to Alon that I really want to do it in the upcoming days. And we thought maybe the act of the planning and talking about the action, we can do it live, and our audience also can give some ideas. And maybe that was the thought. So do you want to say like how do you feel about it, and like
Yes,
after
definitely.
yeah. I
definitely.
see
But
only your mouth. I don't know. It's a bit weird. That's how I see in
I don't
my.
know what's wrong with your phone, but I see myself well, and I looked from Tamar's phone, and it looked fine.
And you
I
see
don't know
me
what's going on with
fine.
your phone.
Okay, so I'll try to be okay with it. That I see just the mouth talking.
Maybe you can like go like this on your phone or something. I don't know technically.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
anyway, I
Well,
want to say maybe before everything, just for the audience to like this video, because then maybe the algorithm will spread it more widely to other people. And yeah, send this the link to this live to your friends so that maybe they can join and give us more advice and participate in this discussion. And yeah, about your question about how I feel. So I know that I've been feeling a lot of anxiety in the last few days. Like that's like every single moment, from the moment I wake up to the moment that I go to sleep, I feel anxiety. I feel anxiety, 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 and it's not just that. I like this feeling. I when I try to name it, I name it as the feeling that you get when they start doing the final solution next to you. This is like
yeah,
what I feel. And
I also have this feeling.
yes. And it's not just my personal feeling, it's a lot of signs from all around, like, uh, Israel Katz, the minister of security of Israel, talking about the humanitarian city, and reports coming out from Gaza. First of all, official reports about numbers of murdered people, which is like 100 people every day are murdered. Um, and what we hear from specific people from Gaza, from our friend Muhammad, from all kinds of people who are reporting on Instagram, and they're saying that they're hungry. They're saying that the food is has run out. They're saying that uh, that they don't know where to get food anymore, and all kinds of things that I've been seeing on social media of people collapsing from hunger. And I just heard, I think it was yesterday, that I heard that 18 people died in one day from starvation in Gaza. I don't know how reliable this report is. It's very hard to know what's true and what's false, which is the situation in like it makes sense in such a situation that it's really hard to know what's true and what's false. But it's all indicating that there is like an escalation, a very noticeable escalation in what was already a dire situation in Gaza, and Israel is ramping up what what it's doing, and it feels like the next stage of the plan. I know that the residents of Dir el Balah, where Muhammad lives, got a notice to evacuate. And today, the first thing I woke up, and the first thing that I saw was a report by Muhammad on his Instagram page that at 1 a.m. last night, they just the house shook, and they felt like shells uh, um, tank bombs dropping next to them, and they had to escape. And it's like, I don't know. It feels like things are escalating, are getting even worse. So yeah, I agree with you that we need to escalate. I also escalated the way that I speak about what's going on. I'm way more direct. I'm way less pleasant with people around me. I had a huge fight with my family on Friday. Uh, and I feel like a lot of people around me are feeling it.
Yeah, I saw your live that you did and what you told me that you, in a way, you know that you had this agreement that you don't talk about politics and that you kind of told them like, fuck you, I don't. This was never an agreement that I really agreed to, and you need to know. And I think that's how we all need to be everywhere, not just here. And it's hard, you know. There's some like this not talking about politics. This is what holds the Israeli society together, and it seems like it's an easy thing to do to start bring it out every time. But you know that most of the people don't bring it up also because you know they feel that it's they're gonna be hated for it. They're gonna be that it's gonna be destroy the party.
They don't
But
just
then
feel it. It's just the truth. This is what will happen if you bring it up. Yes.
yeah, but then my experience sometimes that when you do bring it up, you're surprised that there is some suddenly one person who agrees with you and want to talk about it, but he was scared. And then
Mm.
like sometimes, not always.
I must say that I personally never had this experience, but it's encouraging to hear that you had this experience sometimes.
Sometimes, or sometimes it's not only. I don't know. I want to believe that there is something that is happening in people's mind because what's happening now is that its level of atrocities that I don't know. It will be marked in history from I don't know.
Yes.
You know, on the competitions who are like the worst villains. I don't know, but the Zionists are.
They're contenders, yes.
Yeah, and I have this feeling, and it's feeling that I'm angry at myself also that I didn't because of this fear of mm, this fear of this kind of interaction with people. I don't try enough to wake people up. And we need to shout at them and we need to make them understand that they are Nazis and they are going to be remembered as such. And please, let's like I want to do after this live to make a video in Hebrew that let's do something. Let's try. Let's I don't know because I don't know how many people uh, here, like Israelis, already something broken in their narrative. But I feel that maybe it's more than what we think. And maybe if we succeed to get them all to drive to Gaza to do something, to try to bring food, maybe it's not gonna be meaningless. I don't know. Like, and my question in this life: what is a meaningful action? Like, we all
Mhm.
have to, and how can we arrange such a meaningful action to happen in the upcoming days? You know, 2 3 days, because it's happening now. We don't have time,
Yeah.
and 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 I don't know how many. Let's say theoretically, how many people do you think we could get on board um, for an action that's maybe I don't know what do we want to achieve by such an action? I don't know. This is what I wanted to ask in this live
So
and
what
to ask.
question do you want to start from? What question do you want to start from?
Hmm, how many do you think we are? And I'm not saying just radical anti-Zionists like me and you, like the people who already enough not in Zionist denial that they can see the atrocities in Gaza and they want to stop it. Maybe they still call themselves Zionists, but they in potential resist what's happening now. How many of us there is? I don't know. What do you think?
So I think this is it depends on exactly what you're asking. If you're asking how many people expressed in some way or another, in a public forum, in a public way, like publicly, that they are against the starvation in Gaza. I believe that we are now at, even, Naama Lazimi, Naama Lazimi, she is a leftist
Like,
politician, but in Israeli politics, leftist means nothing. Uh, she is
but
she is from
she was one of the ones who like small שהתפכח, לא? She
yes,
was expressing this kind of
yes, she
like
did. She was one of those leftists who sobered up, who woke up after October 7th. What did they wake up to? The feeling that we have to destroy Hamas and blah 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 blah. So that
yeah,
kind of. But now I saw a few days ago she posted publicly that what is going on in Gaza is horrible. It's she said this. So if you think about how many people are in her position and to the left, you get hundreds of I don't know. Let's say 100,000 people. Okay,
yeah.
let's say 100,000
But
people.
they will not come to an action.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That it's one thing to say I'm against this, but I personally am extremely skeptical of people who started saying only recently that they are against this. Like, are they really against this, or do they just want to whitewash their image to themselves and to others? And this is not a theoretical question, because it's a question that would also imply whether they would join such an action or not. And it's really hard. So out of those, let's say 100,000 people who expressed in some way or another that they are against the starvation, how many are really against the starvation to the degree that they will actually come to an action that is inconvenient to them, that takes up their time, that requires effort, that has some risk, and we will talk about the risks. I think it's important to talk about the risks. I don't know how many of them will, but I think if I'm being very optimistic, if I'm being very optimistic, we can expect a few thousand people to show up. This is something that I believe can be achieved, but I don't know. It's just like a napkin calculation that I'm doing out of intuition. What do you think about this?
Um, yeah, it's hard to tell, but when like I have part in me that still want to believe in the ability of people to change, to open up to something, and uh, and to because sometimes reality cracks you, and I think this genocide and everything that happened and the way that the hostages, the Israeli hostages, were, that the government showed basically that they don't give a shit. Many things cracked, like at
Mhm.
least in the belief of like many Israelis that the government at least cares about them, like this this cracked. And when things like this happen, people, they feel a bit lost, they feel they don't know what to do. And maybe if you push them to the right direction, maybe something can happen. And and i and I don't know if it's enough to get them for an action, but like I have this dream in my head, and you suggested that it could be something that resembles the marches of return in Gaza, when they did it for a period of time, of like not just one time thing, like that every week people are marching to the border with solidarity, with wish to stop the genocide, with wanting. Now, it's not that I think that Zionism is gonna be collapsed from the inside, but maybe a movement like this can contribute something to the to this and this is like, if I want to be optimistic, and I imagine like that people who care about it, will realize, like, and maybe also from selfish reasons, that's like we don't want to remember only as Nazis who starve people, like
Yeah.
maybe, like maybe from this kind of perspective, because the images that coming from Gaza, it's like it's one-on-one things that I saw from Auschwitz, from and some level are a new form of evil, this humanitarian distribution camps, that it's a synonym for actually death camp, and it's becoming like I don't know if it was ever, I'm not an historian, I don't know if it happened in history like this, but I feel that it's like there are forms of evil that are unique, and people remember this kind of stuff, just like you remember the death camps as something that is it's a Nazi thing, so there's gonna be stuff that's gonna be like, this is a Zionist thing, and like maybe people will suddenly, hey, we don't want to be remembered as this thing, and they're already going to be remembered as this thing, but at least I don't know, maybe something like this could do something, and if we want to organize it, or because I don't, like, the next question is, how do we make it possible, if it's possible, and if it happens, what can it achieve? Because obviously, like you said, like you told me on the phone yesterday, like, Elik, don't hope to get food inside. It's not
Yeah.
going to happen. Unless, like, what could unarmed, like, you need thousands upon thousands to march into the soldier in order to, unarmed people
Yeah,
to
but
make
you
it
raised
change.
many, many points, and I need to
Yeah,
address a few of them. Okay, I have a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
thoughts. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah. I'm a bit sorry. I'm a bit all around, but
it's okay, it's okay. But I want to really answer the points that you raised. Um, so you mentioned the marches of return from
yeah,
2018, 2019. That the people of Gaza marched every week to the wall, and they demanded to be able to return to just get out of the prison, of the open air prison that they were held in, of the concentration camp that they have been held in for generations. And you told me that this started with a poet from Gaza. I
hmm
don't remember the name. Do you remember the name of the poet?
no, I don't
Uh,
remember. I don't remember if he was a poet or an activist, but he's a very
okay.
inspiring person. You can
Yes.
see it in the Gaza Fight for Freedom movie of A.B. Martin. They
Yes.
interview him there. Yeah.
Yes. So he just posted something on Facebook, and he asked, what would happen if we just marched to the wall? And this
Yeah.
kind of gained traction within the population of
Yeah.
Gaza, and this led to years of protests. Okay,
Yeah.
and this is the kind of thing that I think we should aspire to. Uh,
Yeah.
when right after we talked on the phone yesterday, and we said that we want to do this. Um, I saw on Facebook a woman on Facebook who's also like Facebook friends with me. I don't know her personally, but I know her from like, I know her as a leftist, okay, as someone who opposes the ongoing genocide, and she put up a post exactly like we thought of. So this is something that's in the zeitgeist. Like people are thinking about it. We're not the only ones who started thinking about this now, because we're not the only ones who feel like there is an escalation, a significant escalation, and that immediate action is needed. So she said, "Oh." So Ori is saying Ahmed Abu Artema, the great inspired
Okay.
the Great March of Return. Thank you, Ori, for this. very helpful.
Okay.
Um, what was I saying? Oh, I was saying, so we're not the only ones who are thinking in this direction. Something in the air is making people think about this. We're not the only one, and only ones. And I think that this should be something that is not organized from above, because we participated in something that could be considered similar, but I think it's not similar in any sense. That was organized by the liberal Zionist organization Standing Together. Uh, this was organized by them, a protest where they went to the border with Gaza, and not clear what. And this was coordinated with the police. Before the protest started, we saw Alon Green, the head of Standing Together, going with the police to be briefed about what we can and do and shouldn't do. And we never even reached the wall with Gaza. And it felt very weak. It felt very impotent. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is not the kind of thing that I think we should aspire to. I think we should aspire to a popular protest, something that rises
Yeah.
from the ground up, that like
Yeah.
that enough people will publish posts on Facebook. And
Yeah. And you
what I
cannot
would,
say this organization or even these people, even
yeah,
you cannot point to a person who's just like, yeah,
yeah, yeah, it should be an anarchist operation in its character.
yeah,
Um, and so what I think is just posting on Facebook and encouraging more and more people to post on Facebook. Please go to Gaza. So the date is this Friday. Okay. So what the woman on Facebook wrote is, "I'm going to Gaza on Friday with food." Okay. So this is what we. So I'm going to go to Gaza on Friday with food, and I think you are going as well, right, Elik?
mm-hmm,
And Tamar said that she wants to go as well. And we need to post on Facebook, on every social media possible, that we want to go on Friday, this date. We're going to go with food and try to reach the Gaza border. And I think everywhere that people are saying we are against the starvation, we need to put this text. Okay. And I think this is another point that I want to make, is that we're wondering how many people are with us, how many people would actually do such a thing. And I think there's only one way to find out. And the way to find out is to try to do it and to challenge those people who say, I am against the starvation. Okay, if you're really against the starvation, come with us. And if you don't come with us, then maybe you're not really against the starvation. Okay. So this is the kind of thing that we need to do to challenge people to, put their bodies where their keyboards are. Put
yeah.
their bodies where their mouths are, and
And maybe we
hopefully,
need to, like you said, to do it more than once, to try
yes.
to persist. Because I think like persistence, like, yeah,
So yes, I want to talk about that as well. I am hoping that if we do it once, twice, three times, it will become something that happens every day. It's not unheard of in Israeli society. Like the protests against the judicial reform against Benjamin Netanyahu, it happened for 2 years, right? Every single Saturday, people went to protests all around the country against Netanyahu. When they care, they can do it. They were very weak protests, and in my opinion, fake protests. Um, but it is possible to do it every single week. And in 2011, the so-called social protest, it started from one young woman who put up a tent in Rothschild Boulevard because she didn't have a place to live. And then for a year or something like that, there were thousands and thousands and thousands of tents all around Rothschild Boulevard and in other locations in Tel Aviv and all around the country. And this was significant. Um, So this can happen. We need to try to make it something that doesn't is not just a one-time event, but something that continues and continues and continues and becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every single time.
Do you feel you personally have the power to persist and do it again and again and again and again?
No, I don't think I can come every single week because it's far away. It's very difficult. But I think that if we start it, some people will come this time, some people will come next time, you know, and like hopefully we will feel like this is something significant, and we will feel like we want to come every single week. We will feel like it's making a difference. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see.
Let's see. And I feeling like, I now there was a new podcast of Zochrot,
Yes.
Zochrot.
Maybe
And I
you can
didn't,
explain to our viewers what Zuchrot is.
yeah, it's, um, it's an Israeli organization that is talking about, who's doing research and historical work to teach Israelis about the Palestinian Nakba of 48.
Hmm.
And it has also what I like about them that they also created plans of how return programs for how refugee return to 48 Palestine could be a realistic thing, not just a dream. How you can make it as a political plan. Um, and I think now they did a third episode. I haven't watched it about in their podcast, but I saw some women said that the Palestinians also carried sounds in Hebrew that says, "We don't want to fight, we want to return."
Mm.
And I thought, in my dream, I have something who kind of resembles that. Like we want to end the genocide and we want you to return. Like that's the message I would love to carry to the people behind the wall. I know that there is not a lot of people in Israel who would carry this message, but if it's an anarchist demonstration, so everyone can carry their signs, and it
Hmm.
has, like, I think what people need to feel from the what's important in this kind of movement is not necessarily what people know in their mind, like we're not going to de-Zionize people in Israel that quickly, and most of them are going to be de-Zionized after Zionism fall,
Hmm.
inshallah, not so many years from now. But
Yes.
but some of them do have this feeling of like, die, stop
Yeah.
it, die,
Yeah.
stop it, die. And we
Die
need
in
to
Hebrew is not like in English. It means like stop. Just stop. Stop.
stop.
The
Yeah.
word die is enough.
Die,
Enough.
die is like enough,
Enough.
enough, enough, we're tired, enough.
Yes. Alex
Uh,
said Inshallah. Alex said Inshallah.
yeah,
I feel much more comfortable saying Inshallah than saying Bezrat Hashem, which is the same thing,
Bezrat Hashem.
but in Hebrew in Judaism.
Yeah,
I feel much more comfortable
yeah,
saying that.
yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Um, and also, there's something that you wanted to say. Now, okay, so what are we going to achieve by that, right? Because physically, my dream was to break the army because we'll be thousands upon thousands, and we cannot shoot them, and they will just let us in. This probably
Yeah, so I
not
want to
going to
be,
happen.
I'm going to take the role of the party pooper, okay?
Okay.
Let's be realistic. Let's talk realistic, okay? Because I also got a lot of messages, okay? I got a lot of messages from subscribers, from followers on Instagram who told me, why don't you go to Gaza to bring food to people in Gaza? And I want as many people to understand there is a wall around Gaza. The wall is very, very, very tall. Okay. Around the wall, there are thousands of Israeli soldiers holding guns. The guns are loaded. They have been given orders that if anyone comes close to the wall from either side, I don't know what they would do. Maybe they shoot them on sight. Maybe they shoot them on sight. I don't even think we will be able to reach that point that they will need to shoot us. I think that they will be able to stop us way, way, way before that because there's police, there's military police. There are people whose job is to not allow this to happen. And even if we did manage to break some of the barriers, the entire army of the United States is at the disposal of the colony, okay? And if there is real danger to the Gaza concentration camp and to their plan to exterminate the Palestinians, they will strike with all their might, okay? This is just what reality is. This is what reality is. And the another part of this reality is that most of the people who object to what is going on in Gaza are people who do not have weapons, who are not trained to use weapons. And if you have even one person who is holding a weapon, then they can subdue even dozens of people who do not have a weapon. So we have to be realistic about this. We do not have the physical force that is necessary to break the wall and to actually bring food into Gaza. Not this. We cannot do this. Okay? But we need to talk about what we can do. Okay? So maybe you want to try to imagine, uh, uh, Elik, you want to try to tell a story of something like what is like the best case scenario that you can realistically imagine happening. What do you think?
Mm, best case scenario, but realistic.
Yes, yes,
That we start a movement that thousands go to the wall every week. And this is there's a lot of, it's very well documented. And people see it all over the world. And what do we achieve by that? Like people will see um, like would it make like I don't know, is it gonna create a pressure that because the government is not gonna say, okay, thousands of Israelis are marching, so we're gonna stop it. They're not gonna do it. And
yeah,
this is not what's going to happen. I don't know. You said something that maybe it will encourage people around the world to want to demand their government to do military intervention, right? That's what you.
yes.
Um,
I think that there can be two stages to this. So a very important principle that I am coming to understand more and more and more in activism is that direct action is something that exposes reality. Okay, it is a tool of systems of oppression, of fascism, uh, that reality is unclear. It's a tool that they use to make reality vague and unclear. And I think that once you do direct action, then maybe you fail, but the very the fact that you fail and the way that you fail exposes things. So, for example, first stage is a lot of people are saying, I'm against the starvation in Gaza. But if there is action where people are actually trying to go to the Gaza wall and to bring food, and people don't join, that you can then you can tell them, okay, so you don't really want to stop the starvation because you're not willing to come and to do this action. Okay, so this is one thing that it exposes, and the other thing that it exposes are what the barriers are. So I told what I think, what I imagine would happen if we try to do it, but maybe it's different. Maybe like what I described is vague, is not detailed because I'm just imagining. I'm using my brain to imagine. But if you actually try to do it, then you see how it actually works. You see what actual resistance you get, and this exposes how the system works. And I think that part of this action should be live streaming this action. I will not go if I don't live stream it. I will live stream it. Why? Because I want everyone to see what prevents us from going in. I want people around the world to be less naive about what is going on. I want them to see the wall. I want them to see the military. I want them to see how the military reacts when we try to do it. I think that this will expose how the system works, and this will encourage people to join this. Okay. And my biggest hope, I hope this can happen, is that people around the world will see this and they will go, okay, so what we need is a bunch of people with guns to come there and to challenge this. And you now I'm speaking to everyone around the world who is watching us. Please put pressure on your own governments. We cannot do it on our own. You hope that we can solve this? No, we cannot solve this. Only real military pressure from states around the world can even begin to oppose this huge empire, this huge military force that is committing this genocide.
But do you really think, by any chance, that some countries are gonna, invade with an army? Like, it seems to me so far fetched. Like, it's
Okay, so
true
let's
that
see. So let's see. And if it doesn't happen, we will see why it doesn't happen. And
let's
this will
start from
also
them stop
expose.
arming, them stop actively participating, and of
Yeah.
course, the US is the main one, but I think all the countries of Europe are participating in some form of another, and even ones that are publicly against are still actively doing stuff that,
Yes.
funding this, and it's something that I don't understand why. Um,
What do you mean why? Because
I'm
the empire is powerful and the empire wants Israel as a colony, and the interest of the colony is to drive out the Palestinians and to bring Jews who support Zionism instead. It's very easy, I think.
Yeah, but
Very
I
easy.
still don't get what the empire benefits from that it's willing to invest so much in that, and I
So
don't
maybe,
get what.
so
I don't
maybe if
know.
you do
It's still
direct
that,
action,
I'm think we're talking about this for 2 years,
yeah.
when I have some answers, but there is still some element, many elements that I don't understand the evil of people who are involved. I don't understand why is it so important for them to exterminate this group of people who are, you know, what's going on? Like,
So I
there
have,
are
I have,
questions like
I have
some.
thoughts about this. I have thoughts about this. That just this colony is an army base of the Western Empire in the Middle East to project power and to promote the interests of the U.S. and its empire, the Western Empire in the Middle East. But this is a big answer, and I think that once you do, this is what I was trying to say. That once you do direct action, it exposes the mechanisms of the system. And now you don't have to guess anything anymore. You don't have to theorize anymore. You don't have to say, I think this and this and this, because things become clearer. This is
Yeah.
this is the way that I think about direct action. I don't know if we can actually achieve, uh, uh, concrete goals like getting food into Gaza. Maybe this will also, maybe if there are tens of thousands of people on the border, every single on the wall, on the Israeli side of the wall, every single week, it will also enable it will also strengthen, aid organizations that want to bring trucks into Gaza, and we can, stand around the truck and make it very clear that if you want to stop the truck, you have to shoot Jewish Israeli civilians. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know,
Yeah,
but we need
like
to try.
I'm thinking about something. Imagine like there's not just one flotilla that's coming. Imagine like hundreds, imagine
Yes.
thousands, and then also thousands of people from within Israel marching. Like, how many people can they arrest? How many people can they shoot? And yeah, it does need people who are willing to put their life on the line. It's scary, but maybe I have part in me that's like, I don't want to risk my life. I don't want to run into
Yeah. So let's
soldier and get.
let's talk about
Yeah,
our fears. Let's talk about how scary it is. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you started saying
yeah,
so. So please.
yeah. Um, yeah, so it can be scary, and it can be, sometimes I feel that the real freedom fighters are the one who really agree to sacrifice their life. And I'm not that kind of. I didn't do anything that sacrificed my life, and but sometimes I feel like maybe that's why the genocide is going on, because let's say what all of the people in the world, what most of the people who are doing, even the ones who care about it a lot and post about it and demonstrate about it and donate money, they don't go on a boat and try to drive to Gaza. Most of them, they don't run into policemen, like, because we have this self-preservation instinct that for most of us it's very strong. Maybe if we were more like, I don't know,
Don't
ants,
say, don't
that
say.
you have this ant that's going and sacrifice itself for the ant as a whole. Like, but I'm not doing this, and sometimes I feel like maybe I should be more like this. But maybe if there was movement of thousands of people walk like this, so people will have more courage. Like, to do it by yourself, it doesn't achieve anything. And um,
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't.
I want to continue this line of thought.
Yeah,
So the first thing that I want to say is that I am not a brave person. I am a איך אומרים פחדן? איך אומרים פחדן?
you're one of the most bravest I know personally, but fine.
Thank you for
I
this,
don't
but I
know
don't feel like a
anyone,
brave person.
anyone, just for the record, I don't know anyone I know who by himself can shout "שחררו את פלסטין" בעברית in the middle of Tel Aviv, like Free Palestine, when he's by himself. Like, I don't know anyone who does it. So you're not that coward. Like, but
Yeah.
yeah, in terms of risking your safety and body,
Yes.
I understand what
I
you
I
mean.
am a
Yeah.
coward. I am a coward in the sense that my feeling of self-preservation in the immediate physical sense is high. I do not want, I never ever had a physical altercation. Like when I was younger, like some kids would beat me up because I was like the wimpy nerd. So they would beat me up, and I never hit back. I never started any physical altercation with anyone ever. I'm scared of fights, of physical fights. I'm scared of dying. I'm scared of being arrested. I'm scared of being tortured. I'm scared of being held in a cell. I'm scared of losing my freedom. I am terrified of all of this. And I will not do anything that puts me in such direct risk. If someone holds a gun to me, I will run away. This is what I don't want to lie about this. I don't want to pretend like I'm something that I'm not. Okay. And yesterday, I want to tell our audience that you called me yesterday and you were like, Alon, I'm thinking about this. I can't stay like in with inaction. I need to do something, and you made this idea, and you were in some sort of manic episode, I think, because like you experienced depression for a long time, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Hmm.
but this is the feeling that I got, that you felt like depression for a long time, and then you had like this manic episode where you were like, no, we need to do something, we need to do something, we need to do
Yeah.
something. And I was talking with you and I was like, okay, this is a good idea to do it, but inside I was like, fuck, this is scary, this is scary,
Yeah.
because if you do something like this, I don't know what will happen if we do something like this, and this scares the shit out of me. Okay. Okay. um but but then today when I saw like the post on Facebook, and and this woman was saying, I'm going to go to the Gaza wall with food, and she got like 300 likes on her post, and a lot of comments of people, some of them I know as well, say, yeah, I will join, I will join, I will also come. Then this made me feel like, oh, okay, okay, so this is something we are doing,
Yeah.
not just me, not just you and me, like a big we are doing. And this already makes me feel more safe. Okay. I think there is safety in numbers. If 10,000 people go to do this, then I'm not scared of joining this anymore. If 10 people go to do this, then I'm scared shitless, you know? So I think that the more people do it, the less scary it is. And this is something that we need to also make very explicit here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I also feel the same, like I'm also I'm also a coward, and a lot of time I look up to you as someone who is more brave than me in
So
terms of
I will say my piece now. You are one of the bravest people that I know, especially when you have your weapon that kills fascists, which is your viola. When you have your viola, you are the bravest person that I personally know. Okay?
thank you. Yeah, my viola helps quite a lot, but you saw when I was um, by my I also need the group. I need the
Mhm.
people, and I and yeah, and I think like we and I feel that yeah, when I it's just like I was also we did this live few months ago about not few months but about the movie I want to do, which is about confronting the society.
Mhm.
It's kind of on hold. I didn't give up this idea yet, and I really want to do it, but
Yeah, but the
and I still
Kickstarter, the GoFundMe, it was a GoFundMe or a
it
Kickstarter?
didn't work. We put too much high bar, and I felt not comfortable asking for money now from people. Which maybe that's my problem, because maybe looking backwards at this, it's just hard to raise money for my project, and I don't know. I didn't push it enough.
But my point was that the Kickstarter project failed, so this is postponed to a later time, just so people understand like the context of what
Yeah.
happened.
But the concept of doing confronting the society with music
Mhm.
on the street, it's not dead. I'm gonna hopefully do it more. This is something that I feel, like you said, when I use my music and my voice, and I feel this is my power, and this is also reason that I don't do things that I feel that are too dangerous, because I feel many people got many different powers. Like we are all like a bit like X-Men, that we have our own unique thing, and my own unique thing is the music, and I feel like I want to continue to do it. I want to, and when you this is your thing, so you don't rush to do suicidal missions. But on the other hand, everyone who's doing uh, everyone that's doing something that demands sacrifice have talents, and they want to sacrifice, and they sacrifice. And I always have this question in my mind: am I ready to sacrifice enough? Because the answer now, in 2 years of genocide, that I don't feel that I sacrificed enough. I did something compared to many people who didn't do anything. I'm, let's say, better. But I don't know. Like, I have this bitter feeling that
No, but
nothing,
I do
maybe
want to say
nothing.
something here. I do want to say something here. I do want to say something.
Yeah,
The problem is not that a few people are not sacrificing their entire lives. The problem
yeah,
is that the vast majority of people are willing to sacrifice nothing. Nothing.
nothing. Yeah,
The vast majority of people are staying in their comfortable, cushy lives. They will not even speak up. They will not even write a post on Facebook and put it up on Facebook to so that people see, and they won't even sacrifice their social status. That I don't know. Musicians won't sacrifice their fame and glory. People, I talk to people about going vegan. What is going vegan? Sacrificing your sandwich for a sandwich that you find slightly less tasty, and people don't even do that. So fuck this shit. I don't want to sacrifice my life. I want everyone and a lot of people to sacrifice
to
so
sacrifice a
little.
little bit. Yeah,
And if a million people are slightly inconvenienced, are willing to be slightly inconvenienced, it's way more powerful than one person sacrificing their lives, or even 1,000 people sacrificing their lives. In October 7th, thousands of Palestinians from Gaza, who are fighters from Hamas, sacrificed their lives. And this did not bring freedom to Palestine. But if 10 million people around the world just sacrificed, their luxury, then we will free Palestine like that. Okay, the
but
problem is
but
not a few people who are not willing to sacrifice everything. The problem is that the vast majority of people are not willing to sacrifice anything. This is my opinion.
yeah, I agree with you. But I think also that part of the problem that we're also very trained in doing stuff that our liberal democracies educated us that we were allowed to
Yeah.
do. And what we're doing now, and of course, at the end, they're trying to go over people who do this. But freedom of speech, demonstration,
Yeah. Yeah.
rally, all this. But then, does any one of these people will consider act like not paying taxes or
Yes. Yes.
not going to work and block roads or whatever things that really disturb the system from working?
Yes.
And then you
Imagine a
discover that
worldwide strike.
nobody is doing this.
Imagine if everyone who claims to support Palestine, who claims to be pro-Palestine, did one day of strike. Imagine that of like no, we are not going to work for one day or for 1 week. This is a real disruption for the system without even one bullet being fired, without much repercussion. Let's
Yeah,
do that. Okay, I'm not saying that the kind of action that we are planning now is not meaningful. It is meaningful, but I think that it should be. This is my hope. Okay, my hope that the kind of thing that we are doing will inspire more people to do other things all around the world. Palestine is a crisis is a symptom of a worldwide disease of the system that exists all around the world, and we need action all around the world. People who expect us to solve this problem are delusional and are moving the responsibility from themselves onto others. We are trying, and I think that if everyone around the world is really committed to this, do a strike, do a worldwide strike of 1 week. I think this will be extremely powerful, and this is what I want this action to achieve, to inspire people to do more extreme action. Okay.
Yeah. And it has to be something we need to think. Um, this sentence: think globally, act locally.
Yes. Yes.
So we need to. It has to be a global movement of people who doing things that are local, but
Mm-hmm.
with connection to each other somehow. Um, but like I think, yeah, because this genocide is something that the empire is doing, and the empire is everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and people are feeding the empire everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and the empire is fed by people's labor, by people money, by people,
By their speech,
propaganda
by their
that,
speech, by their thoughts and speech as well.
yeah, by their thought and speech. Yeah, exactly. um and I think I understand, like this friend who wrote me like, do something, because we are close. And
Yes.
I think, but to it's not that we can do something and they can't, that it's we have to do our part, they have to do their
Yes,
part,
exactly.
like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
And also I want to say that I hope that uh, if we start then this will inspire people from all around the world to come here and to join us. In Israeli society is extremely brainwashed, and the vast majority of Israeli society is not only not enough against this genocide, but like 80 something percent of Israeli society actively, Jewish Israeli society, actively supports this genocide. Okay, we have very few people here who are actually against this. So I call to everyone around the world, there are many people who are pro-Palestine. Okay, there are many people around the world who are pro-Palestine. These people should come here and join us in our fight. If everyone around the world who is pro-Palestine came here and joined our march to the Gaza wall to bring food, we would succeed, because then we would have like 500,000 people, 1 million people, whatever. That's a big. If 1 million people go to Gaza, then we succeed. If a hundred
yeah,
thousand people go to Gaza, maybe we succeed. If 10,000 people go to Gaza, we fail. It's
yeah.
just like that. Okay, it's just a fact. What I'm saying here is a fact.
Yes. Cool. So
Okay,
I
so what else
think,
do we want to say?
what else do we want to say? I
Oh, so
think
so
we need
maybe
to.
let's mention that there is a flotilla. What is the name of the Jewish actor? Berger, Michael Berger is his name.
I don't know. I saw the. I don't know.
There is
I
a
don't
flotilla,
remember.
and he is on the flotilla, um, and there are flotillas coming. But like you said, one flotilla is not enough. Bring 100 flotillas at the same time. 100 flotillas. Jacob Berger, I'm sorry, I said Michael. Jacob Berger, he is on the flotilla. We need 100 flotillas. We need 1,000 flotillas to come in at the same time, simultaneously. Okay, so that could help. But one flotilla is only, a symbolic act. I'm not saying that a symbolic act is not important. Okay, I think it's important, but it remains symbolic. 100 flotillas, it becomes not just symbolic, but actual. So okay,
Yeah.
let's okay.
And you need to do one, and you know, the first one set this, like you said, it needs to be persistent. So
Yes,
we let's try to organize something here. Like my conclusion, like you said, we write it to people, we post it. I don't know how many people we're gonna get this Friday, but let's try as much as we can.
yes,
But and let's try also to encourage people over the world to send more flotillas. Like let's try to make it a global movement from within, from without.
yes. And
And
also, I want to say now that when we are doing this, I also feel fear because if this conversation is picked up
yeah,
by the authorities and they want to and they feel like we went too far in our speech, even in the symbolic act, then they can arrest us. They can arrest us,
yeah,
and they won't. And they it won't be hard for them to arrest us. They already arrested people for speech before, and yeah, this makes me scared as well. Even speaking about this makes me scared as well.
yeah. This is also something that I wanted to say that it's not that speaking about it is not at all by any way not a sacrifice. It's a big
Yes,
sacrifice.
yes.
Um, and I don't know, sometimes suddenly I think maybe it was not smart to talk about it in life. I
No, I
just
think it is
count on
smart.
it.
It's not a. It's not a. It's not a covert military maneuver. It's a
Yeah,
protest, and I don't. I think a protest. One of the goals of a protest is to bring things to light, not to keep
right,
them in the
right,
dark. I don't see
right.
it as a covert operation. I see it as something that should be as public as possible.
Yeah, yeah, it's not that we're going to sabotage some factory or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's something different.
Uh,
It's something different. Anything
um,
else we want to say?
I don't know. I feel like we said a lot. Do people here want to ask, give us some ideas? I don't know. I didn't
Yeah, yeah,
react
yeah,
to the chat
yeah.
so much. You see the chat as well?
Yes, I see the chat. Maybe people can write ideas and comments and add anything that they want.
It's always good to hear. I was very, passive for a month or so, like at least by not doing this, and I feel how it's like energized me.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Uh,
feel I feel very energized now. I the, the anxiety that I said that I felt when we are doing this, I don't feel. When we are active, I
yeah,
don't feel the anxiety. The anxiety, I think, is connected with
yeah,
inaction and with passivity.
yeah, yeah, and also I think like this genocide and all this horrible war, it traumatized all of us.
Mhm.
And I think it's something well known in trauma therapy that being active is part of the healing because you
Mhm.
kind of tell at least a little bit get out of this helplessness freeze mode, that so it's good to be active. Do you know, guys, about the Mizrahi perspective? I believe. Yeah, I know Alon Mizrahi. I like to listen to his lives. I think he is very like I learn every time new insights from him. Um,
People are saying that it's difficult for people from Ireland or from like South Africa, South. What was or for Latinos to fly to Israel, you need a Schengen visa or US visa to get there. Same for Africans. Like it's difficult to get inside Israel. I didn't even know that this was true. I thought you could just come for a vacation. Why not? Like, but maybe Europeans. So a lot of Europeans should come because it's easier for them. Maybe that's I don't know. Anyone who is able to come to Israel, uh,
mm,
I think this will be
one
a good
thing I
idea to come
also
and join us.
wanted to to mention that a friend of mine who is active on the West Bank told me, what if you do this movement of bringing like thousands of people to the West Bank? There you can really stop things from happening. If you that there like the actually to get physical result is more possible, and this is also something to think about it because there ethnic cleansing that happening there by the day, like every day.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Another comment
um,
here I see. If you guys could get the info of the action on Friday to a high-profile internet figure like Hassan Piker, for example, to promote on your behalf, then maybe a larger number of Jews in occupied Palestine may join you. Yeah, that may be possible, but I don't know how to contact anyone who's even remotely as big as Hassan Piker. I don't know. Send if people are watching Hassan Piker's live stream, tell them about this thing, and I don't know. Let's get the word out. I don't want our name to be on this action as like organizers of this because I think it should be anarchist. I think it should be something that is very, very grassroots. Okay. And also, I'm scared. Okay. But tell them about the action, not about us, but about the action. Okay. That people on Friday are going to go to the Gaza border with food. Tell them about this, and we will also maybe we can also go to people like leftist YouTubers or people who are on social media. We will try to spread the word. And again, this is one action, but we want to make it something that continues every week. So maybe next week we do more. The week after that we do more. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that I'm imagining.
you need to contact Piero Usberti. I don't know who is it.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
Um, I don't know. I don't. I try to chat, but okay. It's Ahmed here. Regardless of the outcome, most important is to know you did what you could, and when you look back, we knew where we stood. Yeah, this is what I try to tell myself, but how do you know what you could? Like this
Yeah,
is
you
there
always think
always feel like
I
I
could
don't
have
know,
done
am I
more. I could
doing
have done
what
more.
I can? Yeah, there's this endless I couldn't do more, but at least we know where we stood. This is right. I do have this feeling that at least I know where I stood, and both of us did it from very early on. At least on that issue of Gaza
So maybe
genocide.
one call to action for our audience can be: please go to platforms, to large platforms where you expect a lot of people who support Palestine to be and to watch, and just tell them on Friday people are going to go to the Gaza wall from the Israeli side with food. Okay, we can't do promotion everywhere. It's also hard work. But if people watching this, just tell everyone that you can. Okay, tell everyone that you can in like big platforms. That I think will help, and spread the word as much as you can.
And we need to finish this life and get to work, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Let's get to work. Okay,
and
man.
I'm tired, but we have to because I just came back from working with crazy kids who beat me up and don't listen to what I say when I tell them to stop. But
Yeah, yeah,
um, so we will rest a bit and then we think how we continue to move it on. The idea is this Friday, so let's try to spread the word out
yeah.
and and try to connect to people.
What do we
Okay.
write? Write down this Friday. I think it's 25th of July, right? This Friday, 25th of July. Uh, people are going to the Gaza wall from the Israeli side with food. Join them, okay? Join them. Just say this. Just say this, and you can refer to this video that we talk about it, okay? and maybe they can send us a message, whatever. Okay, try to spread the word. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I've never done anything like this before. No one has ever done anything like this before. Like this, specifically like this, no one has ever done this. So we can try. Yes, exactly, Maggie. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Maggie. This is, you can copy and paste what Maggie wrote. Okay? Yes, this is in Hebrew as well. Yes, wonderful. Wonderful. Exactly.
Nice. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Maggie.
Okay, maybe Elik, we will try to do another live, maybe on my channel, like on Thursday, like the day before, where maybe we will have more organized thoughts. What do you say?
Yeah. Yeah, and
Okay.
let's until then try to post it in everywhere.
Okay. Okay. Amazing.
Okay.
So Elik, you want to close up this this live stream?
Yeah. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Alon, for helping me to activate myself again. Um, I'm happy to be back on track, and we will keep you updated. What are we going to do?
Yeah, thank you so much, Elik, for having me on your channel. Thank you, everyone in the audience, for giving ideas and thoughts and support. This is really amazing, really amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, Arabic too. Post it in Arabic too. We don't know Arabic, but if anyone can translate it to Arabic, then. And Olga is saying, go vegan. Yes, go vegan as well. No less important. Go vegan.
Yeah. Yeah, go vegan. All right. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine, free the entire planet, free all living beings.
Free all living beings, yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.